In this video, I'll show you an amazing glitched secret version of Dalaran where you can level up fast and easily. Hello and welcome to Archvaldor's Hacks with Archvalder and his amazing hacks. So let's get straight into it. First, make a character. If this is your first time, you'll need to complete the introductory quests up to the point you can fly. If you've made a Legion Remix character before, you can skip these quests and go straight to the point at which you can fly. Now, head to the Stormwind portal, as I'm showing here. Now, from Stormwind, fly straight to Deadwind Pass. When you do so, you'll notice everything goes black and white, and the version of Eastern Kingdoms you are flying in has no mobs or other functionality. You'll need to fly fast to avoid getting ported out of this weird, ghostly version of Azeroth. Flying at top speed, you should be able to reach Deadwind Pass before that happens. As you reach Deadwind Pass, you'll notice that full colour returns to the screen and the game stops trying to kick you out. Now, fly directly upward from Karazhan Tower and you'll notice something extremely strange. There's an invisible version of Dalaran above you. Fly around and over this version of Dalaran. Stop flying upward. If you fly straight directly up into Dalaran, there's a good chance you'll get trapped inside the underside of this weird version and get trapped in the walls or underground chambers. There's no functionality in this version of Dalaran, so you won't be able to get out and you'll have to use your Hearthstone. When you get to the top, you'll see that this is the pre-Broken Isles version of Dalaran before it was ported. Legion mobs have invaded the city and are roaming the streets and are getting fought off by the city's protectors. For clarity, I will refer to this version of Dalaran as Deadwind Dalaran and the main version of Dalaran that you start in as Legion Remix Dalaran. The fascinating thing about these mobs is that they respawn endlessly and quickly, and crucially award full experience to the player. And some award a lot of experience. Most of the infernal mobs award 1/6 of a full quest's worth of experience. Now, they're quite chunky, but here's the kicker. You only have to tag them with any kind of spell or ability, even an auto attack will do, to get full experience. They will then be killed by the city's protectors. Somewhat incredibly, you could level a character from 10 to 80 here. Gear doesn't matter that much since all you have to do is tag each mob. You don't have to do most of the damage. So aside from being a noteworthy piece of forbidden content for exploration purposes, Invisible Dalaran is actually a viable leveling method. Now, I'm just going to run through the reasons you might or might not want to level here. The first and foremost reason is that it is so easy. You can just literally run around tagging mobs, and depending on your class and how fast you could do it, this can be faster than questing. The idea here is to use cleave or AoE based attacks as you run around. You use cleave based attacks so you can tag the smaller mobs at the same time you attack the larger mobs, since this provides you with a small but significant amount of extra experience. Now, I should emphasize here that Legion Remix offers some very fast leveling options, and for serious players, they'll want to do their infinite research quests, LFR raids, and bonus objectives stacked with quests, which are all super quick. But when you have done those, which doesn't take that long, this begins to look like an attractive alternative option. You can run heroics at the same time and just fill in the downtime while waiting in queues here. This one is really important. By far the best instance to run is the LFR raid Rift of Vane. It is by far the most efficient raid in the game and you should always be queuing for it whatever you do. It is essentially approximately half a level or more for 3 minutes work. You can do it completely AFK if you want. No one will notice or care, though I do like to make a contribution personally. Whether you are farming Deadwind Dalaran or doing something else entirely, like using one of the amazing leveling exploits on my Patreon, this is a great way to increase your leveling speed. Alternatively, for less hardcore players, you can just do it this way because it's such a low effort option, requiring no thought at all and allowing you to do something else at the same time. Indeed, to some extent, you can do this completely AFK. I left my toon here while eating mushroom soup. When I came back, I found my lock had gone up half a level. The soup was great, by the way. Further experimentation showed that there was some issues with the player dying if you tried to level up fully AFK. If multiple mobs spawn and attack at the same time, they can kill the player. You also get logged out eventually. I tried moving the player into the trade area where only smaller mobs ever spawn, and this stopped the issue with the player dying, but the experience gain slowed down somewhat. There's some room for development here. You will either need a player minion set on defensive like a Voidwalker or a Hunter pet, and or an artifact ability with a passive AoE type effect. These count as a tag for experience gaining purposes. If you want to set this up so you can go back and forth between the two versions of Dalaran, you'll want to complete the quests relating to the Broken Shore intro scenario. Talk to this NPC here in the Violet Hold in Legion Dalaran, who will allow you to do the Broken Shore intro beginning in Stormwind. Run through the Broken Shore scenario and then complete all the follow-up quests, at the end of which you'll be sent to the Mage Tower, where you can speak to a Kirin Tor emissary to be sent to Deadwind Dalaran. You can now go back and forth between the two versions of Dalaran at will. To leave Deadwind Dalaran, go to the centre of the city and speak to Khadgar. Cancel the cinematic and you'll be ported straight to Legion Remix Dalaran. Anytime you want to come back, leave Legion Remix Dalaran via the Stormwind portal, then go down the stairs in the Mage Tower at Stormwind, speak to the Kirin Tor emissary, and you'll be teleported back to Deadwind Dalaran. So, why am I giving this marvellous glitch away for free and not trying to scam you into buying into my Patreon for it? A couple of reasons. First, a serious and motivated player who knows all the quests in Legion and the fastest routes would probably be better off just doing that. I suspect there are actually very few players who can do that, but if you can, good luck to you. I actually do know all the fastest routes because it's kind of my job to know that, but even I frequently end up wasting half an hour here and there because I can't remember where the entrance to a sodding cave is. Second, we have had a lot of powerful techniques on the Patreon recently that are faster than this, and membership has grown by over 50% in the last week alone. So I thought I would try and give something back to those who can't afford it. That's how fucking nice I am.